Hello, guys, and welcome back for some more True Survival in Space Engineers 2. So, just to recap our recent changes, what we've done last time is, I believe, finalized this ship because currently I am happy with that and ready to move further. Um, we have this kinda door. It's a little bit thinner than I prefer blast door to see, but at least it's beautiful. Then we finished with our technical bay. Now it looks like a technical bay. We have that sort of crap everywhere. We have these kinda control panels, something like that. Yeah, different sorts of shenanigans here and there. That's a because we would need to find some place, very special place on Kamek, because this base I want to build in a cave and with a lot of resources near it, of course, to prevent us from flying back and forth searching for them. And we could, of course, grab one of our miners and use them as a scout vehicles. But scanner. Actually, no. Let's start from this little guy, like that. Now, of course, I want a container, small one, just for the sake of collecting some resources, because I don't want to have this ship useless when we are on a planet. We might use it for manual drilling, for example, or something like that. That's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a big one. I'm thinking how I should approach that. By the look of it, this ship gonna be a little bit different. Oh, by the way, we can afford to build something good here. What? What's going on here? Obvious. Why are you being like that? Key. Tank. I don't want a big one here, or maybe. Yeah, it might be a good conversion point, though. Something like that. And now we might be able to put, oopsie daisy, this guy right here, like that. Yep. One bloody second. My internet connection doesn't seem to be stable today. What? That's not good. What's wrong with you, bloody stuff? Yeah. Look at that. It looks like we are back to the business. Shit. What a magnificent beginning of the stream, yeah? My ESP decided to screw me over immediately. Alright, with that done, I was about to say that it's obvious that we're gonna have our ship. We're gonna have our ship as a hydrogen ship because we need to operate in space and on a planet and hopefully do this reliably. No guarantees though. Okay, it looks like we need a few converters. Do I want converters here, or I want to go with no, different sort of converters? Maybe like that, or maybe like this. We actually could put this stuff instead. Interesting one. Put this one further here instead of directly connecting cockpit. Yeah, that might be a good thought. let's remove everything from here, from this position. Okie dokie. It looks that we are so back after reboot of everything of my side of connection equipment, of ESP side of connection equipment. So hopefully we'll be all right further, because that's just something off. And believe me or not, it was just perfect before all that crap start happening to me. Shit. Okay. Anyways, what it gives us? It gives us an ability to build a nice wings. Saying nice wings, I think that we might go in a some way. Okay, I'm gonna start shaping that way, and later on we'll see how it looks. I wanna start roughly in the middle of the ship, but with the offset to get that stuff. So we're gonna start something like this, probably. Something like that, and now we can start shaping our things. I don't wanna make it too wide. However, I wanna make it wide enough to fit everything we need here. Maybe like that. From that position, we can switch to our hydrogen thrusters. Where are they? I didn't have them on my panel, or what? Well, yep, by the look of it, I did not. Huh. Alright. Let's fix that real quick. Okie dokie. And as we learned before, small thrusters are basically useless, so we need to shape that with the large ones. And we might even go away like that. Yeah, that might be the case, but in this case we need to go a little bit closer, because I wanna have them in something like this position. And of course it's not, it don't wanna touch that thing. Alright, what can we do in this case is just add a few more blocks like that. And let's see how our thruster behave now. Yeah, that's good, but that's a touch farther from the body that I want. So we're probably gonna go a bit closer. Something like that, I think. Should be alright. Let's give it a try. Yeah, here we go. That would be the stuff we're looking for here. Now, we might go even shorter, because I actually can fit these guys right here, or go with the smaller options. And in this case we're gonna have even nice, yeah, let's try like that, maybe 3 of those on each side, like that. We don't have connection points on bottom and top though. It doesn't seem like we need this one in this case. I'm just thinking about
Suit energy low.
Suit energy low. What a nice surprise. Good. Yeah, we can go like that. And I believe in this case we can get rid of this tank and just put our that guy right here. As now we are not limited. And having tank in a main body, it might be in a wing. Why not? So from this position, we obviously can just put something like that. Oh, come on. Could you please be nice to me today? Yep, like that. It's probably not gonna attach here. Or... yeah, we should be one block lower. Alright. Not a big problem. We can start from this position, can't we? Here we go. So, something like that as a main shape. Obviously, we need to fix this part. We need something like that, something like this, and something like that. We don't need this, and all that on the top. I might use it later, but not now. Good. Now, let's try to think about thrust in other directions. Exactly at the bottom. At the bottom we can, I believe, go with something like that. And maybe something like this. On the top though, we might go with just a few smaller ones, right, like here and here. Actually, we can use small ones there also. Why not? Why not indeed? They are, you probably noticed that they are not connected right now between each other, but that's the problem we're gonna solve soon. Righty. Yeah, that might do the trick. From the side thrust perspective, we might go just like that, or... what's that sound? Ah, shit, I see. I missed the part where I had to actually refill my energy. Wherever we have those stuff, I just shouldn't do that further. Yeah, we can go like this. For the side thrust, I think that's gonna be enough. I think so. Obviously, we're gonna need to prettify all that, cover all these ports and stuff like that. But for now it looks okay-ish. So let's actually repeat it on the opposite side. Or not. Let's solve our problem with this connection first. And how we can approach that. This port exactly in the middle of those ones, which is not good, but we can solve this with ease. Something like that, something like this. Come on. Oops. Here we go, and finally something like that. Okay. That will give us this connection, which we can play around further. Now, we need that one block there or two. One, okay. Now we do the same exact approach. That, this, and one straight. Here we go. Okie dokie. Now for the tanks. thrusters here and thrusters there, which are not connected also. Alright, we'll fix that in a minute. Let me just repeat that shape and then think about that a little bit more. Here we actually used these guys and then these guys. Good. And for the top one we need to just put these two. Okie dokie. That abomination start getting some shape. Key. That. Like the. Come on, game, put this block for me, please. Thanks a lot. Okay, we can do something like that. Good. From this position, it feels like we're ready to move further. Let's see. We have thrust pointed forward, pointed backward, pointed upwards, pointed downwards, and right and leftwards. Good. From this position, I probably want to shape that stuff up to be double sure that we can touch everything. Come on. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Come on. Yep. Everything there. We should be able to do these ones, but we need steel tubes for that, obviously. Steel tubes. Here we go. They probably even wanna not just weld one stuff in this block. No, I'm building a new one. Hey Tracker, thanks for joining. I'm building a new ship because I wanna find a beautiful place on this planet to actually... Why are we strafing from our Hornet? Or it's our Hornet strafing somewhere? Wait a second. Yeah, the plan is... Yeah, that's a hydrogen ship, and the plan is to find a beautiful cave and build a beautiful habitat in it. Because in Space Engineers 2 I never tried to build a base in a cave, which I did a lot of times in Space Engineers 1. Okay, I'm not gonna turn it off this time. So I wanna try that. Yeah, the asteroid base might be the thing. Might be even interesting experience. So I'd love to see it on your stream. Here we go. Now let's shape everything here, just in case. Would you mind to share links or or the link for your workshop that I can check it out, because I'd love to. Okay, okay. Now this big one, small ones. Yeah, of course. Nomad and same name as Twitch. Okay, not a problem. Thanks. Plates. We run out of steel plates. What is your price? Yeah, like that. Go. And now let's shape this side. So to put wings, we need only turbine blades and yeah, and more tubes. Do we have any turbine blades somewhere? I don't think so. Actually, let me order tubes first. Smelter, give me at least 300 of those, at least 50 of these, and at least 50 of that. That should do the trick for us. Can I start shaping this one up? Yeah, good. Good. Those ones, all the shenanigans like that. I'm not gonna weld this one yet because it might be rebuilt completely soon. Oops, come on. Here we go. Thanks a lot. Okay, I'm gonna put a few of those there. Stuff. That might be also a thoughtful decision to have. Yeah, to have O2H2 generator, because without it, that might be a problem. We might put 2 of those right here later on. Or why later on? We should have it on our control panel somewhere. Let me take a look. That's not O2H2. That's I see. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need this, and for that one we need O2H2 generator. Here it is. Could you look at that? It's back. I mean, my bloody internet connection is back. What a nice surprise. I'd prefer it to not disappear in a first place, of course, but, you know. Okie dokie. Yeah, metal grids. Metal grids and more steel plates. That stuff we don't need anymore. We're gonna need metal grids, and we're gonna need more steel plates, and we need to order more steel plates, just as always. Yeah, my ESP decided to fuck me over today, by the look of it. Just crazy. And it's gonna be real hard to contact them right now, because, you know, it's something like 5:40 on my end, so they probably sleeping deep. Here we go. So sorry for that, but we're gonna continue as is. Nothing else to do with that. Okay, that's ready. Now this side, isn't it? Just checking that my Hornet doesn't fly anywhere. We'll see a little bit further, and if even if in a something like half an hour or an hour it doesn't get back to its correct state, I mean to work properly, I might reschedule this stream for tomorrow or stuff like that, because that's just hilarious. Ridiculous, something like that. Okie dokie, we're hopefully back in a normal stage. Hopefully. I mean, no guarantees, obviously. Let's try one more time, shall we? Okay, what I think I'm missing here is batteries. And we're gonna need them to drive that stuff, so let's put few of those. Probably in this direction, yeah. Because not gonna fill that gap on the bottom of our ship. Yeah, something like that should be good. And we're missing construction components. Okie dokie. Let me grab some, just a little bit, just a touch. Now. Hopefully it's gonna stay longer than before. Alright. With all the functional stuff here, let's put ice in to start filling our tanks. Do we have any ice, though? Doesn't seem so. Wait a second. We have just a little bit of it, so we're not gonna put it in. Or actually, why not? We can't put it in right now because probably our... Wait a second, where is all my ice? Okay, I don't know where it is, but it is somewhere. Alright, well, hopefully that is gonna be enough. And how I can... I can probably do that right like this. Here we go. O2H2 generator, yeah. Okay, it uses ice, it gets some fuel that will allow us to connect later on. By the way, speaking of connection, I can't put connector right here, I need to lower it also, by the look of it. Yep. Seems like that. Alright, we're gonna think about that a little bit later. A little bit later on. Hey! Aha! These guys, and we need metal grids. Totally forgot about those. Metal grids. Here we go. Game become even more sloppier. There's all that stuff in. Good, good, and good. Finally. That stuff ready, this stuff ready, as well as all those. Currently that's a part of a big ship, so should be okay. I hope it's not wasting fuel. It's not by the look of it. I mean, hopefully it's not. Alright, anyways. Let's continue. So now we need to think about structure here. About structural elements. And I think we can start with something like that. No, smaller ones. Yeah, exactly like this. And yeah, why not? Probably from this position. And go all the way there. I don't want to stick too far, because that's not going to be nice stuff. Let's put this one. Let's put that one and think about it later on there. Now we need some structural elements going to this side. And how can we do that? We might probably go with these ones and do that. Gonna work? Oh, this one gonna work. Wait a second. Like that probably. Or even from this position. Okay, let's give it a try, shall we? Oh, come on. Yeah, of course you're gonna play your dirty games on me, huh? Okay, so now we can do something like that. And then go... Let's do that part, of course. Here we go. Now like this. That's gonna be annoying. Here we go. Like that. Of course we... actually we don't need to weld it because we can use that part as a connection point, like that. In this case, unfortunately, we have to weld it. And go like that. That stuff become a little bit thinner than I prefer it to see, so we might do a little bit of offset here. And saying offset, I mean... Let me demonstrate you what I mean. And in this case, it would be nice to start from very body of this ship. Okay, so we can go like that. We can go... Come on. Come on. What prevents you from putting it in a... yeah. Not grinded down completely. Part prevents you. Here we go. Like that. And now we can go like this. When obviously we weld everything up. Okie dokie. So, like that. Yay. That's a lot better. So now we can just put something like that right here. And this guy gonna go there. And we need to weld everything up to put the last one. Like that. Good. So now we're gonna go in the same exact way. Come on. Like that. Like this. And weld everything. Here we go. Yeah, bloody alarm. Yeah, I know. Okay, now that stuff. Yeah. This stuff. That. Like this. And a few last pieces. And of course we run out of steel plates. That's nothing surprising.
Inventory.
I don't think that we need that anymore, by the way. We might not need even everything from this point. Alright. So now we are gonna go with this guy in this position. What? That guy in this position. And this guy in this position. Yep. Okay, that gives us a lot better structural element here. I mean, a lot better. Let's weld this way. These guys along the way. Here we go. And now I probably gonna use a partial copy to do that. Hopefully it's not gonna interfere with this block. Because otherwise it will be just a... It is a fiasco. Alright, well, let's try to put at least this part and then accomplish it with some other one. Okay, here we go, like that. And now we can partial copy this part. It should be just like that. Here we go. And here we go. Good. That's a lot simpler with partial copy than with without it. Here we go. These elements there will allow us to build some structure on top. For that forward position, I don't know, we might go with just something like lights, something like that, and something like this. Oh, thanks for the links. Thanks for the links, but I'm gonna take a look after the stream. By the way, I see. Drive safely, and hopefully you'll be alright. And if you wish me to upload in all my ships into the stuff, if you wish to take a look, let me know. Not a big problem. Okay, here. For these guys, how we gonna approach that? We might go with these guys or that guys. And you know what? It looks like that might be not too silly solution for that part and for this part. And here we can actually no, we can go with the same fat ones. But it's a tricky. Here is a door in the purple light hallway. Okay, I'll take a look. Just let you know the link. Okay, first I need to put it there, you know, and then I'll share the link with you. Not a problem. Okay, we can put it like that, and it's not gonna fit here, obviously. Shit. Okay. Let's see how we can approach that. It looks like we are missing something in this gap, don't we? Oops, we don't need that. We need this one. Yeah, we can put it like that, and now start working on connecting all of these shenanigans on the top. For these sides, I think we can go with these guys. Just like... shit, it doesn't fit. Does it? It does not. Okay. Well... anyways... or we can go with these guys. What if we put it like that? It's not gonna fit there, obviously, again. Yep, because it's just one block short. Not great. These guys, these tanks takes not the half block, just a touch more. Yeah. I can do that, but... not sure about that. Okay, let's put these two for now and think a little bit later. And you know what I think? That we can use our Hornet as a torch here, because we have sunlight behind us and it doesn't help a lot, but that stuff might help. Okay, yep, we've got some light here, good. We can do all these. What we can use to kinda elevate that middle a little bit, because it's... oh, wait a second, that stuff might fit here, and it even might fit here more or less nicely. But to do that we need to knock off all this structure. And you know what, I think that's okay. I think that's okay, because I'd like to go with as big elements as I can. Just for the sake of easy modification and less problems with performance. And these guys become knocked off, don't they? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. I'm not gonna mess around with that one. Okie dokie. So, what is our solar panel? Here it is, and if we put it like that, yep, should fit here. Yep, that's the last one. You're totally right. But I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I mean, that's not a first and probably not a second. Not the last light and not the last piece of this ship that I losing, so that's fine. That's totally fine. Okie dokie. Now. I see an interesting opportunity here. It's an interesting opportunity. I think we can go like that. This. Not this one. That one first. Okay, dokie. And thinking, do I want to go this way or I want to go some different way? Nah, this way looks okay-ish. So now this one there. What? Ah, shit. They're in a real strange order. They place it in a real strange order here. Okay, like this. Let's go. Where? Yep. Like that. We're gonna fill that stuff with something else later on. I don't know what exactly, but we'll see. And this last one shall be something like that. Okay-ish. Now we can just go with this one and cover the back. Maybe like this. No, I actually prefer to start somewhere there, because that gives us nice shape here. And now we can continue just like that. Okay-ish. That looks not bad. The only thing we need to fix right now is this gap. That we probably can fix just by moving this guy. Okay. So if I place it like that, it's gonna look a little bit less awkward. Yeah, that will work, I believe. And feels like we need one more stuff right here. Like that. Oops. Definitely not like this. But... second. Here we go. A bit strange angle there, isn't it? Yep. So, to make it less strange, what can we do is to use the correct block. And say the correct block, of course I mean this one. And cannot go like that yet. We need to weld everything up first. But now we can go like this. Here we go. Like this arrow-like shape here. It actually fits. So let's partial copy that. Okay, come on, all the way to the top, please. Like that, and now a little bit to the side. And I don't think that I can. Yeah, I cannot fit it here because shit. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a mirror mode for those partial copy stuff, so we're gonna go just like that and put everything manually. That one, this one. Now, no. Which direction it should be? In this one, okay. That stuff shall be put like... Of course you're gonna play these games. Okay. That, and now... Like this, good. This. Okay, that was it for that part, and now we shall just go further here. Okay. Go. That, but like this, and finally accomplish it with this one. Here we go. Now we need to just put one of those and continue like that. Here we go. And finally put these ones here. Come on. Can't you? You can. Magnificent. And now something like that. And now we need to build everything up to be able to feed the last one. Good. Here we go. Like that. Nice. We need to move this guy a little bit in. Totally fine like that. Now, to accomplish it on the bottom, we can probably add few of these, or yeah, few of these gonna look okay here. Small blocks aren't too bad. Yeah. You see, I don't know. Probably you never seen that video that I recorded about new building system in Space Engineers 2. It's on my YouTube channel, but I exactly mentioned that it takes almost the same time to grind down biggest block in a game and the smallest one, which is not great. Okay, now we have that shape that I'm pretty much happy with. For the back, I might go and just put something like this guy right here, but of course it's not gonna fit. Of course it's not gonna fit. But give me an idea that it will. Shit. Alright, we're gonna leave it as this. Not a big problem. Not a big problem at all. Okay, we have that stuff covered. I don't think that I'm gonna cover something on the back. Now, for the front side. How we gonna approach that? We can do some shenanigans like this, or even like that. And in that case, should be able... Of course, we're not gonna be able to fit that one, because that should be a lot farther. But we might just cover it with something there, and maybe even something here. Wait a second, I have an interesting idea. Not this one, that one, and a short one. like that. And if we put it somewhere here, it might look like a strengthening part for our... Yep, for our cockpit. Might even work like that. No guarantees, obviously, but it might. Okay. Come on, game. Be nice on me. Okay, and if we put weld up these two, we might be able to fit something in between of them. I don't know what exactly yet, but okay, let's take a look. What else we have here? If we put something like this, it's gonna be too short. Something like that, too short also, but something like this. Yeah, don't wanna go there. Alright, in this case we can build something just from elements. Unfortunately, I cannot avoid that. But it looks... I don't want to cover it. I don't want to cover this spinning ore detector stuff because I like how it looks. And that's a main element of the ship. So no. But what we might do here is go with these blocks and do something like maybe that. And this shall allow us to do some shenanigan like this on the front. And we even might... I see, that's not gonna work like I expected. But it... shit. Of course it's not gonna work there also. Wait a second. We can go like that. Now we can fit two of those and cover them like this. Looks silly, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Wanna work that part around somehow. Okay, we can go with our standard option here. Something like that. Something like... Come on. Yeah, sure. Of course. That, which is not fit properly because of these blocks. Oh, thanks a lot. I really missed that part. Suit energy. I should have few more. Let me double check. Nope. And that means that I probably should go and grab some of those. Some power refillments. How it's called? Yeah. So produce something like 4 of these for me. I don't know even why I carry in this one, because I don't think that it makes any sense. And it actually producing them, good. And in that case I might produce one more. Yeah, unfortunately in Space Engineers 2, if you running out of power in your suit, you're basically dead in like most of the cases. As you noticed, I tried to produce a lot of walkways here, so it shouldn't be such a big problem for this ship, but you know. Actually, you know what? I think that might be okay. Well, at least you can reload, because you see, for this series, I kinda put some rules, and one of them says that I'm not allowed to reload if it's not a glitch, of course. That might be an interesting one. What if we accomplish it like that? Can we? What? This light actually takes 2? Not 1? Seriously? That's not good. And in this case, I don't like how it looks here. However, if we knock out this sticking part, it might look better. Yeah, it looks fairly solid here, I believe. Okie dokie. With that done, we can go all the way here and probably put few of those. Just for the sake of looking good. Kinda integrating in the structure here. Nice, and for that part, do I want to put something in? I might, but I don't think that it's gonna be right now, done right now. Alright, let's work with its bottom. It needs some sort of connection here also, but I'm not sure which one. Which one connection we should add there. If I put it like this, it's gonna stick out. Oh, yeah, we can go like that. Probably. Of course, it's not gonna... Yeah. That stuff is not attachable, is it? Wait a second. No. Alright. With that done, what we can do is probably put more of this here, like that, to kinda cover this structure. Cover this structurally. That. This to continue that line. For these guys, how we can cover them? Because I don't like how they stick out. Three small blocks. Yeah, that's why none of this stuff gonna work here. I might, of course, do just something like that. Let's take a look how it looks. You know what? It looks more than okay-ish. Okay. In this case, we can continue like that. And maybe even put more of this structure right here. Like that, and obviously cover it like this and like that. And it might give us some sort of shielding on the sides, which is not bad. Catwalk on top of those sides and up. Nope, because here is a catwalk and it's not gonna fit here, obviously. It might fit there though. Nah, it's not gonna fit even there. So, no chances, no chances. We can continue just like that. The bottom. For that part on the bottom. Just cover it like that. Looks not that interesting. What we might do is to go with opposite angle here. And saying opposite angle, I mean something like that. Something like this. Something like that, hopefully, when we weld it up. Yeah. Now. Should be able to put it... Come on. Not like that. Yeah, like this. Here we go. No. We can't go like that. Now put this guy right here. And a few of those. Like here and like here. Okay, that should do the trick. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't do the trick that I hoped here. And I don't like these flats also. But we might work that around later on. So, let's continue to this job. Maybe something like this. Yes, something like this might work. A little bit more of arrow structures. And to fill this shenanigan, we can actually go with an interesting approach. To put it like that. And now accomplish with one of those and one of those. Here we go. Which give us a little bit more interesting form here. Yep, that actually works. At least for me. Okidoki, let's just continue. Copy it there, obviously. So, how was it working? Where we started? We started at roughly the first block of the tank. Somewhere here. And go all the way through. I believe to this point. Even... to this point. Wait a second, don't we? No, they are in sync. Everything's good. Everything's good. So that stuff gonna go like that also. Now like this, like that, and go those that we can put only when these guys are welded up. Here we go like that, and here we go like this. Good. Now we're gonna cover all the shenanigans, obviously. These ones. Plates. Steel plates. To be honest, Tracker, I really afraid of using symmetry yet, because I had a real bad experience with that. So I decided to wait till the next update of the game to actually do that, to try it one more time, because currently it feels all the way broken. Hey, can you put it there? Why you don't want to put it there? It should be able to do that. Here we go. Finally. Like that and like this, and here we have it. Nah, we don't have it there, and that's fine. And that shall do. Now, I believe that this stuff we can copy with partial copy. That and this, because now we should be able to turn it like that and like this. Yeah, that should do the trick. Middle stuff welded, that stuff welded. Yeah, everything's good. We can even get to all the blocks here. Okie dokie. That stuff is ready also. Which actually give us... yeah, probably the finished structure here. I don't think that I'm gonna add something else on the top. It looks good already. What I might do... Wait a second. I might extend these ones. Firstly, cover that stuff on the bottom. Something like that. Like this. Yep, that might add additional interesting shape here. For these ones, it might not work, but let's try. Let's try anyway. But it's fine from all the perspectives. Suit energy low. I get you, bloody lady. It's conveyed already, so I don't think that I gonna mess around with conveyors more. It might be nice to add them in. Yeah, you're right. We can go with conveyors in between, which might be an interesting one. Come on, like that. And we don't have conveyor caps yet, yeah? As far as I remember. I ran out of tubes, correct. We don't have conveyor's cap yet. Let me double check. Nah, we don't have those. That's not good. Okay, but anyways, from this position, how can we work that around? Might go with something like that. Yeah, that will do the trick. That will do the trick here. Now, from inside. Inside we might go and just something like that and accomplish it later with something else. Come on. That. Now we can just go and work with these blocks. Nope. Firstly that one and this one. Up. Now something like that, something like this, that and this, and that will give us a nice shape here. Again, I don't wanna cover that stuff too much. So what I might actually do is to just put a few of those across to kinda strengthen it, but leave it exposed at the same exact time. You know what? That looks good. Ouch, game. Stop this bloody lagging. And now we don't have anything there, yeah? So we could copy all that shenanigans. Like that. Do that block like this. And now all the way to the top like that. Good. So, come on. What? How I end up being underneath of my ship? Key. If we put it like that, it would be nice. Seems to lag the longer you play it. Yeah, it's actually leaks by memory pretty bad, so your observation isn't wrong. It is pretty correct, to be honest, because, you know. Yeah, I see. I need to remove these two, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to weld these two guys. Here we go. Now let's return them and weld up. Good. We have this nice reinforcement in between. So now we can just accomplish it with something like that. Or not like that, but like this instead. Yeah, and here it should look better than there. So we can go with this approach. Here we go. In this case, I see no point of using the partial copy. So we might just go like that, like this, and like that. Here we go. Good. That gives us fairly nice shape on the bottom and the back. Oh, hey Arthur. And thanks for joining. Even if you're late, you're always welcomed. Key. We might make a walk in minor. When I exit my minor, it puts me out the bottom. Yeah, that works also, because it kind of tries to remember your position where you get in, but it doesn't look like it works too nice yet. Okay, for that part, can we fill it with something interesting? Like maybe these guys? Can we put it right here? It's gonna stick one block, but it doesn't seem to be a huge problem here, to be honest. Do we wanna to build a cage here? Why not? Let's try. Second one. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna add a landing gear. Where is that? It should be somewhere on my control panel, I believe. Here it is. By the way, do we have a larger one? Yeah, we have, but it's too large. We can actually fit it somewhere like here, but we need to finish this building first. By the way, why it can't? It can be fit there. One landing gear for such a big ship looks as silly as it can. Yeah, you know what? This position... no, wait a second. I see a better position for it. I see a better position for it. Here it is. Two landing gears like there, and we're gonna add one more on the front, which hopefully will give us a nice stop there. Okay, now, what we wanna put in this cage? The second question is how we're gonna cover it. We go, yeah, no. Yeah or no? Yeah, it does fit here perfectly. So, to get inside of this cage, we might go with just a few, or just one decorative tube. But it doesn't give us space for any lights here. But do we need the lights here? I don't think so. So we can just put this tube inside and accomplish it with this. That. Come on. Yep, that looks okay-ish. And of course we're gonna be short by steel plates. So let's grab a little bit more. Yep. Nice. That shall do the trick for us. Do we wanna cover that part? Right. Why not? Just for the sake of it. Go like that and like this. And left that middle. As it is right now. Yep, that looks interesting. Now I just need to measure how low can I wanna put this guy. Probably... Nah, not like that. One level higher. So somewhere here. Yep, that should be good. And now we need to think how we can cover that part. Okay. What options we have? We have these options, of course. Can't I? Ah, yeah, because it's not welded. That's why I can't put it there. We have small, thin, and this thick one. So let's go with the thick one for now. And like that. I can't say that I like this. Say that I like it. Here we can fit almost nothing except these guys. Can we use them as a decoration here? Could. It's gonna be nice, of course, to make it actually connect that part. Oh, wait a second. We can go in opposite way like that, and then it should be possible to connect it here. All right, let's try. Like that. Now we can go like this, and finally like that, but with T. Come on, give me T. Here we go. That should be nice. That might work. Thanks for the suggestion, Tracker. That really might work. Like that. It's gonna light up these guys nicely, and also our landing part, which will help with landing, so it's not completely useless, it's not completely decorative. It's actually a good thing. And now if we put this guy here, then we need to just cover this part, which will give us a nice kinda access points.
Suit energy low.
And super energy low again, which isn't a huge surprise here, to be honest. Good. We got our energy back, and we need construction components and electronic parts. Something like 20 construction components and the same stuff for electronic parts. Do we have any... What? We ran out of both? Seriously? Okay, so 100 of electronic parts, 200 of components. That shall be good. Alright, it looks like we need to finish only that one. At least you near the seed pillar. Yep, exactly. That's... I can use Bumblebee, I could use Green Hornet to refill my energy, so I have a bunch of options. Alright, while it's in production, I actually want to have a little bit of the rest. So let me provide you with a nice view on that building site, like that, and I'll be back in a minute. Okie, we're back to the business. So, something should be produced already. I think so. Here we go. Let's weld it up. Come on. Okie dokie, that's finished. Now, it's gonna be nice to cover it somehow. I mean, to provide some strength there, but first, if I put light there inside, it would be nice, but then if I cover it, it would look strange. Actually, I can do some interesting shenanigan here. No, not this one, that one. That. Okay, and we need something like that. Right inside. Can I? Yeah, I could grab it if I have a little bit more of those. A little bit more of construction components. Like that. Now let's weld it up. Come on. You. It can get it. Good. Now, what I was worried about that if I put that block here and add one more like that, it will look okay here, but if I put one more block there, it might cover this light completely. So what I'm gonna do is to go with some strange stuff like that, and probably gonna accomplish it with these guys like that, and that should give us a nice way for this light to go out while it will be still covered. Okay, good. Now, for that front part, I might actually do something interesting like that. Put it right here to kind of continue that top structure, and also do I want to put it here? That's an interesting question. I cannot, because we have this landing gears. Okay, let's weld it up and see how it will look if not sure that this will look good. Yep, it will stick as another good stuff there, but I could be able to do something like that. Yeah, and that will do. Now, for that part to the bottom, I wanna cover it with something like that. Come on. And probably something like this. Yep, that will do the trick here. Come on. Kinda holding that stuff to the bottom. And for that one, we can actually add something in the middle. Right here, and like that, to also give it a little bit more strengthened look. We might also build one more line here. Let's try, why not? This one, that one, and if I put it here, it will look strange, but here it will look okay-ish. Like that. It doesn't work for this one. Alright, but we could go with these ones, couldn't we? And come on. Of course, you're not gonna give me put it like that. Okay, let's try one more time. Here we go, here we go. No, it's gonna be too far away. Or actually, would it? If we put something like, come on, something like that here, it might be okay-ish. And to make it even stranger, we can put something like that, but we need to weld them first. Come on, here we go. And now we can do something like that, which actually looks pretty strange here. To be honest. Key. That probably means that I should go with a little bit thicker approach. And saying a little bit thicker approach, I mean something like that. And then put that guy on the bottom. Come on. Nope, not like this. Yeah, I need to weld that stuff first. Otherwise, it's not gonna fit there. And no. Yeah, like that, and now like this. Okay-ish, that should be good. Now, if we put that guy on top and something like that here, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. However, if we put something like... Actually, we can just fill it with a standard block like this. And that should be okay. Yeah, that's actually looks like a real strengthening part there. Give it some visual support. We can highlight it with lights later on. These guys look kinda exposed, but I don't think that I'm not happy about that. Yeah, and I can use partial copy for this one. I cannot use it for everything else, though. Okay, let's repeat everything else and then think about partial copy. So, these guys was put something like that and something like this. Let's weld them up. Then we had some structures like that and this here and there. Here we go. Also we had there in between those. Okay. Saying in between, I mean, yeah, somewhere here. So it should go like that. Wait a second, how I... yeah, I approached that with the different blocks. Something like this and something like that. Good. Steel plates. Of course. And it looks like we need to order a little bit more. And suit energy low, of course. Key. Let's grab some energy. Good. Now. That's finished. And now let's copy this abomination. Shit, of course I can't copy it completely. But I can do something like that. And now if we put it right... Come on. Yeah, it should go right here. Like that, I suppose. Yep. Let's weld it up. Here we go. Good. That stuff finished. That stuff finished. Now, What I wanna have also is lights, but first we need to think about color scheme of this ship. Or wait a bloody second, I forgot one important thing here. And that's those guys. Actually, I'd like to build them in some... Ooh, I see a perfect spot for them. That's gonna be a perfect spot for them. Yep. Because I wanna have them visible, but kinda built in the structure. And that provides us exactly with the opportunity I'm looking for, and we need some motors. Yeah, that's the look I'm looking for here. Good. Now, let's continue that part here. Where is them? They should be somewhere here, like that. Come on, come on. Let me put it in game. Don't be like that. Okay, here we go. Now we need a little bit more construction components and motors, of course. So let's grab a few of those and a little bit of these. Come on. Here we go. Now for that landing pad on a front. We might actually put it right here. Instead of these blocks. Here we go. Let's double check that we didn't. Yeah, we did. Knock out something that shouldn't be knocked out there. So, and now we can put it right like that. A little bit of electronic parts. Can I have a little bit of electronic parts, please? Yep. That's the look we're looking for here. Okay. Looks like a sturdy ship on me. Okay. Now it's time to cut it loose and connect to our main ship to actually grab some more. Hydrogen. Because I'd like to fill it with fuel completely. Come on. Let's get rid of all those abominations. Okay, it kinda can fly. I don't think that I can actually connect here. Or I can. Easy. Be easy on me. Here we go, connected. Now, we need to go to our hydrogen tanks and put them on charge. Seriously, alright. Wherever you say. Alright, wait a second. Don't we have a key? Disconnect, used for parking on, alignment speed, alignment, eject items off, disconnect. Unfortunately, we don't have an option to after refill something. I don't know how it's implemented on this station, but you know. Anyways, color. We need to find a nice color for it, and in this case, I think I can go with a beautiful purple one. And I wanted to put some compressors in, and in order to put them, I need to order them, obviously. And I think we're gonna go with 100. Why not? Now, for colors, and if we want a purple one, it will be a nice one, because in this case we could accomplish it with red and blue, with both of them. Okay, which purple we're looking for here? Probably not that bright, so maybe something like that. Let me take a look on our wheel. Which colors I want to replace? Probably green ones. So that's gonna be our this color. This one gonna be our that color. Okay. Now about our blue. This case I probably gonna go with this blue and that blue. Yep, and for red, looking for something like this one and that one. Here we go. Yeah, that's gonna be our main color scheme here. And I now wanna look how it will look there. So our main elements, like this guy, then how can I access that cargo? Yep, this guy, and not that guy, that guy. Gonna be our purple ones, while these guys might be a little bit brighter. Or no, this guy's gonna be actually blue ones. Like that and like this. I can't say that I'm happy with this blue color. Let's try the second one. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And for strengthening elements, we can go with red. Which actually might give us an interesting look here. For these elements, we can go something like that. All the way here. And obviously I need to fill those parts also. Like that. Come on, game. Stop lagging that badly. Ah, shit, I can't get there. Actually, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter because let's continue here for now. This one's also that. For these top ones, though, I think we're gonna go with blue. All the way like that. No, this blue too bright. This one. Like that. Yep, like that it looks okay-ish. Good. And they are actually gonna fill it completely on top with that stuff. Go. Nice. Now, for these strengthening elements, we're gonna go with red, obviously, and do it like that. I'm not sure, but I might go with this approach and kind of provide it a little bit like that. Also, we might go like this. Yep. And now for these parts, we might go like this. Ish. Yeah, let's go with this color all the way through. Come on, game, don't be that laggy, please. Okie dokie. Yep, something like that. Yeah, actually we have to go this way also. But for these guys and that on front, we obviously gonna use this stuff. That. And also like that. And this Actually, you know what? No, 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 no. We're gonna go like that. And that's correct, but for these guys, we're gonna go with a lighter one. Here we go. Uh-huh. Yep, that shall do. That shall do the trick here. And also with the lighter one, we're gonna go there and we're gonna go here. Oops. This guy should be colored in the darker one. Here we go. Bright little guy here. Yeah, this guy gonna be red also. Nice. For these guys, we're gonna go with our standard purple, darker one, and for those guys, obviously also good. This guy gonna go purple. These guys, yeah, let's go purple with them also. And this front looks pretty much flat, isn't it? Yep, looks like that. We might think something about it later on. So now let's go back to our reddish and do something like that. Oopsie daisy. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. It should be replaced with different one. Come on. And same different one. Of course, I mean this one. Here we go. That's better. Yep. Nice. Now, for that front one, I might gonna go with lighter blue and accomplish it with darker here. I don't think that they too different, to be honest. Alright, anyways. We have what we have. And also we're gonna go with blue here and here. And also for these guys. And I think we're even gonna cover those with blue. Yeah, like that. That should be okay-ish. Now, these guys gonna go blue in this case, because that's just a continuation of that line. Here, though, we can go with the red one. Just for the sake of it, you know? Okay. Alright. And landing gears. You know what? Let's go red this time. Yep, that looks okay-ish. Let's just repeat that color scheme here. This ship gonna be real hard to lose somewhere. Don't you think so, guys? And also, any ideas about name for this ship? Considering its color scheme. Wait a second. It feels like something's wrong here. Yeah, it should go like that. And it should. Yeah, I see. Okay, well, that explains. So, shit. Okay, this one's red also. And I believe all the way through. Isn't it? No, these guys should be... Wait a second, did I missed... Yep, I did miss these parts. Okay, let's fix that real quick. that. This, and now like that, and like this. Yep, that should do the trick. A few steel plates. Okay. No, not tubes, steel plates. Here we go, and now that means that these guys should be red, not that one. That one should be blue, if I'm not mistaken. And it does look like I'm not mistaken here. Let's cover all that in blue, as well as these ones. Yeah, these guys should be blue. Yep. For that middle part, I never covered it with anything, so it should be like that, I believe. All these colors work together. The only stuff I'm a little bit worried of is that it might be too bright, because we have 3 different colors here, not including the black parts of the blocks themselves and not including those yellow ones. But, you know, I'm not sure that it's bad. I might reconsider that later. Yeah, let's do something like this, something like that, and something like that, and now continue these lines. Because somehow I believe that they should be blue to the end. There, like that. Now, for those parts on the bottom, I'm gonna go with reddish, as well as for this guy and for those. Can I color that stuff in the middle of them? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Alright, what are we missing here? We missing these guys. All of them should be in purple, I believe. Come on. Yep. Okay. Sorry, Arthur. I missed your message. This ship is Scout 1, because we're gonna go to the planet and find some nice cave where we're gonna live. So that's a scout ship or explorer ship or something like that. That's why it has this huge abomination on its bottom, and this guy should be purple. Good. So, any ideas about name for the ship? I can't imagine the better name for it except for Parrot. What do you think about Parrot, guys? And I think I know how I'm gonna approach this stuff. Let's go like that, and let's cover those with these ones. Just to give it a little bit more character here. They probably wanted them blue. Yep. Now it looks like a parrot. It even have that stuff on its front. Yay! Alright, anyways, I need to get some energy. Check how are we on energy here. We don't have a full hydrogen tank though. But we have 2 O2H2 generator and we have a bunch. Salty spider, are you serious? What's... What actually reminds you of the spiders in this ship? I mean... Why it's a spider? It's not a spider. It doesn't look like a spider. Yeah, light. Ooh, exactly. Changing the light colors. You're totally right, Tracker. You're totally right. So we need to firstly buy all of them off. Interesting. Firstly, it shouldn't be full of. Yeah. I need to switch our hydro tanks to auto. Here we go. Now, sitting and waiting for prey is the driver. You making me dangerously tempted, but just as always, when I have two nice ideas, what I do with them? Exactly, I scrap both of them. So it's gonna be the salty parrot. Exactly. Mix and match them. Okay, for that light on a bottom, we're gonna go with the blue approach, and in this case it will, yep, it will add something like that. And for that, those front ones, okay, now the question is who of them is these two. Okay, for them we're gonna go with reddish. Maximum brightness. Yeah, that might look. And obviously for this, oof, I never painted these bottom parts, did I? And that's fine, you know, that's totally fine. The only thing I should do now is to fix this color, because he gonna be actually purple and very light. Here we go. That shall do. Alright, now it's time to drop on a planet and find that cave. But to do that, we need a little bit of sunlight here, so something like that. And, yeah, I almost forgot to load those guys. I did produce a bunch of these guys, and I obviously gonna grab them with me because we're gonna need them. Yep, all of them. Good. Hopefully that will simplify us building a miner on a planet. Okay, I'm gonna move you a little bit to the side and place this guy back. It's actually his parking spot, you know. The Green Hornet, you're not a torch anymore, you're back to be a ship. Yep, something like that. Park. Here we go. Great. Just magnificent. So that stuff parked, we have that marker for mothership part. It's a little bit further than the mothership itself currently, but I believe that's fine. Okie dokie. Let's get on the planet then. And it looks like our first goal gonna be to find some ice. And we have it in 58 kilometers there, but I don't think that we're gonna follow that approach because we have pretty nice chicken. Yeah, chicken. Exactly. Pock, 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 you know, all that stuff. So our first goal that we're gonna follow is find some cave, and we might have enough hydrogen, to be honest. Especially considering we're gonna look for resources near that cave also. And why are we that dark? Because the sunlight on. Ship a little bit to have a little bit of sunlight, and oh yeah, finally we get it. I'm kinda looking for the place maybe like that, because I wanna be high off the ground, obviously, to do that, and kinda have a nice view, you know. Oh, we have real good thrusters this time, so we can actually lose the speed in no time. Okay. Our late warning of ion thrusters came. So, let's lower the speed and start our exploration. .30 FPS, oh my goodness. And it even doesn't try to go further than those. It's like 31 in a best case scenario. Why are we have such an awful drag? Key. We are looking for caves. That's an interesting place. But it's not a cave. This time we're strictly pointed to have a base inside the cave. Have a decent rest, tracker, and see you next time. Iron, but no caves so far. Oh, wait a second, that looks like it might be a cave. Yeah, our side thrusters are definitely not enough to keep up with this ship. No, that's not a cave. That's a beautiful place, but that's not a cave. And this time I don't wanna drill the cave myself. I wanna use some natural one. Caves on this side. Not that ones. That's the hole in the ground that might be considered to be a cave, but that mostly look like a hole. It would be nice, of course, if I can actually see the bloody horizon level, because that might be considered as cave. Yeah, and it looks it has a decent view, you know. Okay, let's mark that place. Let's mark it. It's a huge one, to be honest. So let's go here and do just GPS, add marker, and cave candidate 1. Okay, we have that marker for this cave. Now let's go look for other ones. That's a hole, that's not a cave. I'm not gonna even consider using that. On the mountains itself, on their top, I can't see any caves so far. Yeah, we should be closer to right game with ability to actually load that stuff. distance from the ship. I don't think that we need any of that right now. Caves here so far. Oh, this screen shakiness makes me sick. And that's because our thrusters work on full power. That's how it's implemented in game currently. So if your thrusters work on a full power, it's gonna shake your screen, showing that they're struggling. Worked out why my two large rovers crashed out the places of Templars before Arthur, did you have thrusters on your rovers? I mean, if you had, yeah, that was the reason probably. If you had not, though, I mean, dampener's not gonna do anything with that. At least this in Space Engineers 1 that you're referring to. These walls look as flat as they can. Alright. Let's explore opposite wall, shall we? Because here I can't see any caves, and that's not good. That's not good. At all. Easy. Okie dokie. So, what do we have on this side? Any caves? Anything like that? Doesn't seem so far. This side of mountain has a more interesting shape though. So if we manage to find the cave here, that would be great. Okay, what about fuel? 40%. So we used only like a third of our stockpile, so we're fine. We're fine. But I can't see any sufficient caves here. Interesting one. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Let's take a look there. Stop. Stop, you bloody bastard. Here we go. So, what do we have here? That's an interesting place for the base. No shit. But that's not a cave. And that even couldn't be considered as cave. I believe that it looks beautiful as a place for the base because of these rocks sticking out and giving those nice shadows. Arthur, actually, I'm gonna rewatch that stream from your perspective and learn exactly what happened there, because I missed that point because you weren't share your screen at that time, and I missed that point. What happened with your ship during stream? with the rover, I mean. So I'm gonna rewatch your stream and investigate what exactly went wrong there to maybe provide you with some suggestions or stuff like that. Okay, this mountain looks flat, so let's probably go there and look on this mountain. And I'm gonna keep my hood on, because if we find some ice, I'd rather grab some. Caves here. Well, I don't know about you, but anyway, Arthur, I'd prefer to know exactly what happened to your rover there. Ooh, ice, 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 ice. Ice means we're gonna have a little bit more fuel, and that makes me extremely happy. Because ice more fuel means that we can actually explore more. Right, we need to carefully fly right here. And I don't think that I can afford to stop my ship. Yep. But I should be afford to do something like that. Okay, ice, I am coming. Here we go. Right like that. And give me everything. I think we're gonna do something like four lots here, because, you know, where is the cargo access? Here it is, here you go. Because I'd like to have at least 10 of 10,000s of ice. That shall give us nice amount of fuel to continue our exploration here. I don't think that I'm gonna mark this with GPS, obviously.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. Where is my exit? Here it is. Here you go. What? We have full cargo container already? Seriously? But these guys are not full. Okie dokie. And what about our fuel, by the way? Getting up, that's good. But it looks like I'm not gonna stop on the 4th, because we have a bunch of tanks. Which is actually not a bad thing, but, you know. Even with that top tier drilling takes a lot of time. And yeah, I'm not using landing gear right now, just because it's in a pretty awkward spot. But I might use it actually. have 3 landing gears across all the ship, so I might consider doing that. Yeah, these guys should go there. Nice. Now, what about our fuel level? 79%. Great. One more lot. Yeah, having the drill on this ship might simplify this process a lot, but I wanted exactly that type of ship, because drills are heavy and that ship mostly gonna just fly around, so that would be just a waste of fuel if we have drills on this ship. Yeah, that's my excuse and I'm gonna stand on it. Let's do it this way. Well, at least we find some ice on Kamek. That's actually a huge surprise, because when I played offline, I had a base on Kamek and there was no ice. No ice at all, at least I couldn't find it. Which was a huge problem for me. Because running to the orbit each time you wanna have some ice is not a great stuff. Even though I end up having additional, ship kinda like our Green Hornet. Okay, our ship is full. Good. And we have some ice stockpiled, which means we can continue our exploration. Hey, what this stuff gonna show us? Is that the cave? Second. Let's make sure that it isn't a cave, or it is a cave, and it isn't a cave. Wait a minute. Or no, that's not a cave. These new textures are beautiful. No shit, but it might be so hard to see what actually going on there. It's not the cave either. Is it? Nah, that's not the cave. It's just a bunch of rocks coupled together. And it feels like I have not enough. Whoa, easy, be easy on me. Game, could you please stop doing that crap? Yeah, I was about to say that it looks like I have not enough gyros on this ship, because its turning speed is not great at all, especially comparing of its linear speed. No caves so far. Yeah, except for the main base in the cave. I might think of finding some decent deposits and quickly slap some mining facilities on them. I mean, no productions, just sort of mining facilities that we had in that playthrough that was shown. In the missions that we had in the beginning, because they're pretty nice, you know, and it might be nice to have decent landing pads or stuff like that to actually go and grab some resources from them. Okay, let's explore this cave, this mountain, or caves. You know what? I feel like I become impatient here. Impatience. So I'd rather had a little bit of rest and then continue this exploration because I don't like the idea of choosing the place from our base or from one option that I find so far. So I'd rather do a little bit more exploration and find more interesting spots before making choice. But to do that I need to refuel my patience level. Oh, yep, I probably gonna be back in a minute. Let me just explore this plateau, but it doesn't look like something interesting, so... And that's our volcano. Alright, let me land somewhere nice and easy. And... up right now. Here we go, parked. Okie dokie. And where can I park her? Probably somewhere here. Doesn't look too nice, does it? Don't like neither of these views. Alright, let's put it something like that. Yep. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we go back. Sorry for flickering in the beginning. I managed to misclick the scene. Yeah, I need that. Okay, that cave there. So we're gonna go this way. Probably. What mountains can we explore? Let's explore this one. Why not? Might be good. Might be good. And I actually should do something like that to reset view to the more appropriate position. That's always the case, you know. You're trying to find something and have no luck, while during resources search or stuff like that, you might find a lot of caves. Right, let's take a look on this stuff. What is that? That's just a stone. Different color of stone. Okay. That is understandable. And here, nothing on this side. Yeah, Kamek is a fairly interesting planet, but it looks a bit underwhelming because too few colors. That's kind of it's kind of monochromic with that dark stones and yellow sand. I don't mind personally because ooh, what is that stuff on the bottom? That's not a cave, that's a hole, but that's an interesting one. I might wanna explore it because it's very low, and what view we're gonna have if we build here? View on a flats, which is not ideal, but it might worth at least exploring. Let's take a look inside. That's a big one. We can fit pretty big ships through it. And what do we have inside? Just a flat spot. That might be a perfect spot for big base for several people when we finally have that multiplayer here. Easy game. But for me, it's too large. It's definitely too large. Okay, let's go back to the top. Be easy on me. And that's an interesting one, but I kinda see already that I'm gonna crush a lot of ships there. And that's a smaller one near it. That might work as a base for us, but you know, I don't like a view that we have here. On the other hand, we have a lot of resources around. Okay, let's mark it. Let's mark it anyways. So, at marker, cave candidate 2. Low. Yeah, let's mark it like that. Here we go. And now we need to look more. Oof. Here are a lot of them, you know, a lot of caves in that spot. Yes, I see more here. different shapes, stuff like that. Yeah, there are nice ones, but I don't like view. I don't like view on flats. I prefer to have view on mountains because Kamek is kind of desertous by itself. Alright, let's look for something more. Some more caves for us. What is that? Oh, guess what? That's the shadows of asteroids, I believe. Yeah, exactly. There we have few asteroids on the top and we have shadows on the ground. That's cool, of course, but the price of such a shadows is our GPU and performance. Let's take a look further. Some big, nice crater here. What about caves on this side? Doesn't seem like we have a caves here. That? Nah, that's not a cave. It's just something, some interesting structure, but not a cave. Okay. Let's take a look along this wall. Yeah, game struggles a lot loading all that stuff into memory and above. We definitely have a lot more interesting environment shapes, Space Engineers 2. But I'm kinda worried how it's gonna be to travel that stuff on rovers or stuff like that. Yes, on one hand, I don't want to be strictly tied to flats. Maybe though, that will make much more sense to build roads or to dig roads, tunnels and stuff like this. That might be an interesting one, to be honest. We'll see. And hopefully in Vertical Slice 2.2 we're gonna have not only that's the cave. Big one. Big beautiful cave here. What about, let's look. Ah, that's a nice one. We're gonna have a nice interesting view on both flats and mountains, and we have mountains closer and farther, which I actually like. Okay, what about resources around? Let's get closer. And I like these shapes. It's kinda nice. And I can't see too much of an artifacts here. And here is easy. We don't need to crash the ship right now. I mean, we don't need to crash it at all, but right now it's gonna be real bad stuff. Yeah, and we have some interesting pockets like these, and probably even lower. Yeah, that's an interesting cave. That's a really interesting cave. Let's mark it. So, cave candidate 3. Good view. Interesting shape. Like that. let's look a little bit further. That's a great one, because it's not too big. It's actually, it has flats inside and it has 2 entrances. Look at that. Hopefully I'm not gonna crash my ship on any of this stuff. So yeah, we actually can enter this cave. Easy. Ship. Both from that front entrance and from the top one. And the top one is real interesting. Ha! You know what? That probably gonna be the best candidate from all that we've seen so far. Yep. That's the best one. Definitely. We obviously gonna need to remove all these shenanigans. I mean, all these artifacts, like Doom voxels and stuff like that. But that's a good one. We have an iron rock near. Okay, let's mark it. Let's mark it and now explore resources around. If candidate, let's just call it best one. Like that. And now what about resources? This iron is not great because that's a stone, if I'm not mistaken. I mean boulder. Yeah, that is a boulder. I have seen some chromium here on the top, but that's probably, yeah, that's also a boulder. About silicon, and this silicon looks, yeah, that's a nice deposit of silicon, because it's in the ground, so it's gonna be a big one. Easy, shit, easy. We need to go lower to kinda... Oh, our thrusters get screwed up. Okay, we have a copper here and a cobalt there. That's great. All of them pretty much close to the base. Some more silicon and iron. You know what? It looks like I really find the place for us. Let me mine some iron by hands to kinda start shaping it. Because the first stuff for today that I wanna do is to place some foundations. Why can't I... Wait a second, why can't I land here? What's going on? Here we go. Okie dokie. So... iron. Yeah, exactly. That's a boulder one, of course, but it should be more than enough for us currently. Maybe I was wrong, and it's not gonna be enough. There's some more iron here, it says. Any iron around? No? Nope, that's it for this deposit. Alright, let's unload it. Okie dokie. And I think we had another one right here. Because that's definitely not gonna be enough, but I'd like to clear our site of all the deposits that we don't need currently. I mean, all the small ones first and only then unpack that big one. That's a real strange parking spot. But if it works, you know? Yeah. Almost vertical. Okay, it's saying that this iron is a little bit lower. Let's take a look, shall we? Maybe it's not in a boulder, you know? Maybe it's actually... Yeah, that one looks a little bit bigger. Let's take a look. Ah, that's a small one also. Just get into the stone deep. We definitely have some, but it's kinda split into the stone, and it might be real hard to get it. Okay, is anything else here? Don't think so. Looks like we finished with this deposit also. Come on, game, let me out. Thanks a lot. Alright, if we finished with this deposit, let's go on the flats and grab some more, but first I obviously wanna load what I have right now. Okay. At least we cleaned these markers, which means they not gonna be on our way. And the nickel, yeah, that's a great one. Oh, one more iron boulder. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, that's a great spot. We have all the resources near us, and we can do everything we actually need. Okay, except for iron, I think it's gonna be nice to grab some nickel and some silicon. That might be a good thought, because we're definitely gonna need electronics, and we're definitely gonna need mortars for our base, so let's grab some. We have not that much time today, so what I really wanna do is to build some simple, real simple landing pad for our ship. Maybe we can extend it next time. For the second one, because obviously we're gonna need our mining ship here. Wait a second, there's something else it's saying. If there is something else. A little bit more iron. That's it by the look of it. Come on, get out. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's go grab some nickel while we're here. Then we shall find that silicon. 10 meters. That's probably our best shot here. And here we go, nickel. I think I'm gonna just fill our inventory to the top with that, and that's gonna be it. That shall give us enough everything for building everything we need. Okay. Come on, let's go, let's go. Where is our ship? Shit, I believe that I didn't put an antenna on it. Did I? Yep. I probably didn't. Okie dokie. That's a good moment to solve this problem. For antenna, we probably might put it like here and here. And Okay, it needs steel tubes and electronic parts, so we're missing only what? Silicon. So let's go grab some. And yeah, I need to unload. Definitely need to unload. Ooh, I see all that stuff filled. And we can move that thing that shall give us some space. Cockpit, and also we shall have connector. Come on. Here you go. Okie dokie. Now, where is our silicon? It was somewhere right here, I believe. Iron. Good. Here we go, silicon. Yeah, this ship become to be a little bit more zippy than I prefer it to be. Yes, it's real high chance of crushing it. I should be real careful. And my main problem is that today I still remember that I should be careful, but next time it might be a bigger problem. Here we go. Ah, no, not yet. Sorry. Here we go. Silicon. Nice lot of it should do the trick for us. I don't think that I'm gonna collect more than 1,000 today because we're kinda limited on inventory space. Come on, let's get out. Okie dokie, and here is our ship. Yeah, first I need to finish with these antennas. Of course I can't get them. Here we go. Here we go. And a little bit more of what? Of this, I believe. Something like that. It's cargo container, cockpit, connector. Okie dokie. Now let's weld those up. Good. And of course we're gonna do a painting job here. In this case, yeah, we're gonna go like that. Why not? They shall turn off one of them. Firstly, to save some power, and secondly, to not have two markers. Alright, it looks like we are good on everything, and we can start our building here. Ship. Easy. Here we go. That's a little bit better. Now, I wanna temporarily park right here. In. Park. Nice. Now, what I should do is to define where is the highest spot here. I mean, those bumps we definitely can shave later on, but this stuff looks like a highest spot. I don't see any stones or crap like that that might respawn in invisible state. So, yep, I think that should do the trick for us. In this case, that part looks like a best spot for our first landing pad. So, let me put it in. And of course I'm gonna go read. No. Alignment, placement, gravity aligned. Okay, that's it. Here we go. We're gonna start with some structure like, or maybe like this. Yeah, that's gonna be our base level, from which we might go all the way to here. Yeah, that's gonna be a big base for real, because I think we wanna go something like that. Okay, it's aligned to the gravity, which means I shall start somewhere here. I really shall start somewhere here. Probably on these flats, because then we can go higher, but going lower might be a big problem. So let's do new grid like that. Get rid of all these shenanigans. Like this. Obviously I want to have our base as a single grid. So... okay, that's gonna be our starting point. From here we can go and build our landing pad. The first one. Like this. Like that. And I think we're gonna go 3 by 3. For this ship it should be totally enough. No, we're gonna go 4 by 3 because that guy actually gonna be replaced with connector. So we're gonna go like that. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And like this on an opposite side. Good. Now let's accomplish it with these guys. Like that and like this. These spots, like going down, I'm gonna use for solar panels later on. That will give us a lot of precious solar that we, I mean a lot of precious energy that we really need here. Alright, for this position, we're gonna go and put, I think, something like those here and here, which should give us an ability to put this guy in this position, obviously. Good. And now let's just fix it with these guys like that and like this. Good. That will give us something to begin with. Okay, now I shall go and grab some more iron. Come on, come on. Here we go, iron. Might be nice. Switch it to resource mode. Do like that, do something like this. Okie dokie, here we go. Nice one. Alrightish. Good. That shall do. Now we need more iron, obviously. More from there, more from here, and that's it. Seriously? Ah, shit. I'm gonna need more. A lot more. That's gonna be nice to put at least some cargo crate here, which I probably should do right now. What it requires in terms of resources: iron and nickel, and we don't have enough iron already. Shit. Okay, well, let's take a look. Maybe I missed something. Nah, I didn't miss anything here. Okay. Back for resources. And I'm almost sure that iron was somewhere on the flats right there. Silicon, that's not what we're looking for here. Iron, here it is. Good. Be carefully landing. Nice. And let's go grab some iron. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna try to build a structure to actually be able to walk in and out. So, here we go, iron. Easy game, easy. Don't lag that badly. Inventory full. Okay, where is my exit? Here it is. Come on. Here we go. We can walk back and forth without any major problems. Okay, that stuff filled, and we have a little bit of more space in a container. Alrighty. Come on. Give me that. Stop, I shouldn't drill it that way because that's our exit. However, I'm safe to drill this way. Yeah, that's a big, nice deposit here.
Inventory full.
Decent one. Yeah, here it is. Shit, I should do something like that. Now I can easily go in and out. You're gonna go there, and we can afford one more lot. Here is our hall. Show me. Yep. A little bit of diggy game. I might grab one of our miners with us. But unfortunately, game not too happy when you're trying to attach one small ship to the other. So yeah, I kinda just abandoned this idea and one more lot. We can afford even more. Good. Where was that? Hall. Here it is. So if I'd like to do something like that and grab more than one ship with me, I would be forced to build a bigger one, and that would take a whole episode. So that just doesn't feel like a thoughtful decision to do. So I decided to start fresh, and that's why I'm down to my hand miner. But I grabbed some components to simplify us a way to towards the new ship. New mining ship, I mean. Okay, where is that exit? What? Here it is. And of course. See, that explains. I'm drilling a lot around and obviously damaging that exit. But that's fine. Okay, we're full there, we're full here. Let's unpark and go back to our base. Precious base. This time I'm probably gonna park our ship a little bit closer to reduce running back and forth. Somewhere right under this abomination. I'm gonna get rid of them, but a little bit later. See, we need a miner to do that. I mean, I could of course do that manually, but I'm not that crazy. Sorry folks, I'm not that crazy. So let's weld that stuff up, and now we need a little bit of nickel and a little bit of silicon. Let's grab them. Something like that and something like this shall do the trick for us. Yep. And now I shall be able to unload my ship when I need it. Here. This stuff here. Nice. Nice. These small shenanigans. And our landing pad, I mean structurally, should be ready. Obviously it needs a lot more prettification job later, but for now that should be enough, so let me put it in its spot. Easy. Yeah, those down thrusters are really powerful. And we should be real careful on that. Oh. Here we go. Are you about to park or not, bloody ship? I see you have trouble. You have trouble there. Here we go. Nice. Parked. So, yeah, obviously to unload it in an easy way, we need to connect that stuff. And to connect it, I think that I'm not gonna cover this stuff at all. I'm gonna use it as a nice visible thing here because, you know. Arthur, why are you drifting? Stop doing that crap for me, please. Shit. Yep. Our typical stuff here. How can I work that around? Probably like that. I'm gonna need to do something like this. Straight one. And fill it with this like that. Yeah, that should do the trick. Okay, let's weld everything up. We're gonna be limited on technologies, though I can't afford, for example, a big battery yet. Because some pieces of equipment and some more resources to build it, but at least we can go with medium ones. Okie dokie. Now, how this structure gonna be called? That's gonna be our chemic cave base. Good. So now we can just select our salty part here and move all that stuff from it. How my grinder end up being there? Can somebody explain? Probably I just accidentally put it there. It happens for this game. It happens. Okay, that's a good start. So now we should think more about that place. So what do we need? We actually need some solar panels that, as I already mentioned, I'm gonna put. Can we afford a big one? It doesn't show us resources for that, but we might try. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. We're just gonna need a little bit of copper and a lot of silicon. But you know what? I actually like to go with these solar panels instead of small ones. The only thing I think I might do is to put it something like that. Wait a second. Let me take a closer look here. Yeah, something like that in the middle of two landing pads. That should be real good. And then... it's not gonna fit because it needs 3 blocks, is it? Yep. But we can fit it like that. Okay, let's weld it as far as we can. And then grab something
Inventory full.
more. 1.5 thousand. We definitely don't have that much silicon here. But I really desperately need these things because we're gonna run out of batteries sooner or later. Okie dokie. Now we need copper and silicon. For copper we need just a little bit, easy. But for silicon we need a lot. So let's unpark. I believe we've seen some copper somewhere near. So let's go look for it and easy. And grab some copper and the rest gonna be our silicon. Silicon all around. If I'm not mistaken, copper was... that's cobalt. That's not a copper. Okay. Here is copper. Look at that. Everything we need just near us. That's great. So, care for the landing somewhere here. And go look for copper. Same exact approach. In a very strange way. Here we go, copper. Nice. I think I'm gonna grab just 1,000 of copper for now. Later on we can get more, of course, but I don't think that we need a lot more right now. And I don't want to waste our space that we're gonna need for silicon. Because silicon, we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna need a lot, I mean. Key. Let's go find our silicon deposit. Here we go. Yeah, probably at the very beginning of the next episode we're gonna build our miner. Then some productions for our base. Here is the hole for silicon. And then we can start building our mining facilities. And only after that kind of extend the base, build all the decorative shenanigans and stuff like this. That's my plan, at least. Because I wanna firstly keep stuff going, keep things going, and then decorate. That might be a little bit unusual for me because you might notice as I typically do business here, but this time I'm gonna go in a thoughtful approach, you know, for a change. Okay, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of those. Come on, we need a lot of silicon.
Inventory full.
Good. Now let's go up and a lot, and I think one more lot. That's what we are looking for here. I don't want to waste too much time on all that. Here it is, our hall. Alrighty. Yeah, it takes a little bit more time for silicon than for iron. And that's because silicon is a little bit more valuable resource here. But when we finally have miner, it's not gonna be a huge problem for us. I might actually just reuse that miner that we had on Verdure. I mean, slap it as a projection and weld up. That might be a thoughtful decision, actually, to not waste time designing a new one. Considering I probably gonna end up with the same exact design as we had there, because you know it proven to be a good one. Okay, here is our hall. Come on. Yeah, that should be enough for now. Let's return to our base. They probably should get rid of these markers already, because I don't think that we need them. Our base looks real minuscule compared to this cave. Oopsie daisy, easy. We should afford a real great base here with such a big cave. Character, what's wrong with your hands? Okay, that's better. Alright, now what I think we shall do is check what we're actually missing here. So we need something like 220 kilograms of copper, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And the rest we're gonna grab with silicon. Here we go. This solar panel is ready, so at least we have an energy supply. Now we're gonna need 400 iron and the same exact. So like that, like this, and like that, like this, and 400 of iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of silicon. Okay, dokie. Character, stop you please doing that stuff. Alrighty. Now battery. Temporary small battery. It should be, yeah, here it is. Where we wanna put it? Probably right here. Why not? Why not indeed? And what it requires 500 of iron. Okay, not a big problem. Let's unload that and grab this. And oh, now we need 200 silicon. That's hilarious. Here we go. Nah, we actually needed 2 dozens of silicon, not 200. Alright. Alrighty, and now battery. What you gonna say? Full in almost 40 minutes. That's not bad. What our solar panel capacity 4 megawatt, max output 0. But this one actually give us almost 3 megawatt of output, and probably some of that consumed by ship's batteries. Yeah, it looks like it's getting towards evening. Okie dokie. With that done, let's start working on at least start working on our second thing here. So something like that and something like this should be a position where are we gonna start our second landing pad. That, like this, like that, like this, and like that. Nice. We're gonna follow the same approach, 3x4. The game lags badly already. Ah, shit. It really shows me that that's about time to wrap up this stream. But I kinda wanna at least outline that stuff. Here. Nope. Not there we go. Here we go. Yep. Okie dokie. And now something like... Ah, my goodness. It lags so badly that I can't even place blocks in a correct position. Or maybe it's not a game, maybe it's my problem, you know. Okay, like that. So that's gonna be our connection point, which means we're gonna need to do something like that, something like this, then something like that, and something like this. Put our connector in. And now be able to connect it, actually. Yeah, something like that. No, these ones. Here we go. Like that. That it fit perfectly under our solar panel, and now we're obviously gonna need T here. Where is that? Here it is. That, great. Let's fill it up. Go. Now we can put this guy right away. Yep, nice. Come on. Ah, yeah, that explains. Oh, this guy's in an incorrect position. How I end up putting them in this position, huh? That's not a good stuff. Okie dokie. Here also. What the heck? That's the correct one. There we go. Now this one, and we need a little bit more iron. We can get rid of that. We can grab our
Inventory
iron.
full.
Yep. It's connected there, which is good. I was just worried that I might split this connection. Actually, I started with placing those conveyors exactly to prevent it from happening. I mean, that like this, and finally like that. Great, everything in place. Now we need to just provide it with a little bit of support. That, and then like this to put in our, not a bumblebee, the move. That's the guy we're looking for here. No, it can't be placed like that, but it should be able placed like this. Why not? Yep, that's our minor ship that we're gonna weld up and use here. Should be okay-ish for the planet. That's atmospheric planetary only ship, but I think that's a good thing in this case. And here, exactly the part where we need destruction detected. Ah, yeah. They're exactly the part where we're gonna need compressors that we consciously get with us. And yeah. Missing a lot of components. Well, folks, anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Shit, of course I need a little bit more sunlight. Sorry, I gonna cheat a bit. That's gonna be our further home. What I think is we're gonna have several floors here. On a lower floor, it's gonna be cargo, access to our landing pods or other shenanigans like that. Then further there, and they think it's gonna be a second floor because here we have kind of lower spot and there we have a higher spot, and on this higher spot on the second floor we're gonna have our productions, all of them. While further up on the third and so on floors, we gonna have our living rooms, command centers and stuff like this. Later on, expanding this base further, we might utilize this vertical landing space that we have. That might be an interesting one. Also, it looks like it's gonna be a huge project to cover this hole because it's gonna be... I wanna have it totally sealed from the outside, and when you look at the scale of this cave, that would be the project. The project it is. Anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for bearing with me, for all the suggestions, comments, and stuff like that. Consider following on Twitch or subscribing on YouTube because we're gonna have more. We're gonna have more of Space Engineers 2. We're gonna have more of Space Engineers 1. The closest appointments is Saturday and Sunday, where we play Space Engineers 1 with Arthur and with 3 of us. Actually, already 4 because one of our viewers joined us. And if you wanna join us there, you might consider going to the stream, look at it, and then decide, because you should be aware of what's going on in that Sunday's stuff. Otherwise, we'll see you next time, next Wednesday, where we're probably gonna play Space Engineers 2, expanding this base. Offline, I probably gonna go and grab some more resources, finish this guy, and be prepared for real building here, because that's the goal of this stage of this playthrough. Yeah. Anyways, thanks a lot. Have a magnificent rest of your day, and bye bye, folks.